Hello everybody, what's happening? You're here with me, Dave, on the Empire as we go into video 3 in my small Dave Builds a PC series. This evening I'm just going to talk to you quickly about the graphics card and power supply. They are two particularly interesting pieces because they both exist in their own little separate enclosures within the case. As I covered in the second video, there are a couple of cages and extra bits that needed to be removed from the case before you could actually build it. So to that end, I've removed and fitted the power supply in its appropriate cage, which is the power supply cage here. As you can see, this is a 600 watt small form factor power supply produced by Silverstone for use in their cases. It is fully modular, which means that it doesn't have the cables coming out. I actually fit the cables as I need them individually. They supply a full set of cables with the power supply, and it is rated 80 plus gold, which means that it's super duper efficient and it is hopefully nice and quiet. I had to fit it with the fan facing the bottom because the air is drawn through the side of the case and then pumped out the back so that it doesn't get recirculated into where the motherboard or the graphics card sit. So that's that. That will be going back in the case quite soon. As I said, there's space up here for a 3.5-inch hard drive that I'm not using. You could quite easily fit one if you want a large storage drive, or you've just got an old hard drive lying around that you could make use of. The other thing that I'm looking at here is the graphics card. So as you can see, this is the graphics card now fitted in its riser, and this will actually sit at a 90-degree angle in the case like so. So it will be drawing in air from the bottom of the case. This is the EVGA GeForce GTX 960 4GB DDR5 super clocked edition. I expect this to be able to run most modern games at 1080p, sort of, I would say, between 40 to 60 frames per second, depending on settings. I would expect it to be sort of high to ultra settings to achieve that. It will look better and have more detail and more effects than a lot of PlayStation 4 or Xbox One game equivalents. So, you know, for example, I would expect Rise of the Tomb Raider to look a bit better on this graphics card than I would expect it to look on PS4 or Xbox One. Same with the new Windows 10 edition of Gears of War versus its Xbox One counterpart, or games such as The Division or any other cross-platform title available on the market. However, I guess the proof of that will really be when I test it later on, once I've got this whole thing put together. So yeah, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I am going to get these two pieces into the case, which I am already building. And the next video should cover the motherboard and cooling system, and hopefully things like memory, hard drives, and all that good stuff.